Please don't tell your nonna or any of your Italian friends, because today we're gonna make something really special and different, and I don't want any of them chasing me with a wooden spoon. Today we're gonna make a recipe never made before, a tiramisu risotto. We're gonna start with our decoration. So it's a cocoa tuile. We're gonna mix 50 grams of sugar, 50 grams of flour, 1 egg white, and 20 grams of cocoa powder. And here basically you're just gonna mix all the ingredients till you get like a very thick paste. Once you mix all the ingredients, you're gonna have this. It's a bit thicker than a cream. Then we're gonna spread it in a baking sheet. So if you have like baking paper or just a silpa, they're both gonna work fine. We're just gonna put our mix in the tray. With a spatula, we're just gonna spread in the silpa. So because that's tuile, we just need like a very thin crust. And we're gonna bake in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes at 180 degrees. Now for the risotto. Everyone knows the basic steps. Start with butter, rice, onion. Whatever you know about risotto, we're just gonna forget everything about it because this is a dessert. So it doesn't exist, we're gonna make it from scratch. So we're gonna start with the canola oil. I have 50 grams of arborio rice. You could be using carnaroli, vialone rice, any that is made for risotto. A good brand, a good rice, because that's gonna make a lot of difference in the end. 5 minutes after, we're ready to toss the rice. And then we're gonna add up 50 ml of amaretto liquor with some almond flavor. Usually in a risotto you're gonna use white wine or red wine, but in this case, because the dessert, we want this extra flavor of sweetness. Also the tiramisu asks for a liquor as well, and amaretto is my favorite. So 50 ml, low heat. And here we always need to remind that we want to work in this low heat, never medium high, because you want the rice to cook slowly to absorb the liquid. So once the liquor is absorbed by the rice, we're gonna start to add our liquid. So here I have like a coffee syrup, which is basically 100 grams of lyophilized coffee, 500 grams of water, and 100 grams of sugar. So it tastes like a coffee tea. Super like weak and slightly sweet because this is gonna reduce in the pan, and once reduced we're gonna have this nice and strong flavor of coffee. Once the liquor is absorbed by the rice, we're gonna start to adding our coffee syrup. For this, I made it previously, basically 100 grams of lyophilized coffee, 500 ml of water, and 100 grams of sugar. So it's weak the flavor of the coffee, but because that's gonna reduce by half and 1/3 in the pan, at the end we're gonna have a very strong coffee flavor. You're always gonna add up little by little because you don't want a soup, you want a risotto in the end. If you put a lot of water, a lot of liquid, you can take the risk of cooking that for too long, and it's gonna be more like a rice pudding and not an actual risotto. In the meantime, we're gonna let the rice cook for a little bit, slow heat. We're gonna put on bowl the top because we want to get this steaming from the rice to help us cook the cream. So the zabayon cream is basically 3 egg yolks, 100 grams of sugar, and 50 ml of liquor, which is the same liquor that we added in the beginning of the process. And then we're gonna beat it so you get a very nice and smooth cream, and all the sugar is dissolved. Once you get the cream done, we're gonna put that aside. And don't forget to stir your rice. Usually rice takes like between 12 and 15 minutes to cook. It's been 3-4 minutes now. You can see that it's very creamy, the texture. We're just gonna keep adding a little bit more of the coffee syrup. At this moment, you should have your tuile ready in the oven. Your zabayon cream, you just put it aside now to cool down a little bit. Your rice halfway done. It's been 7-8 minutes now that it's cooking. It's gonna take up to 15. Just missing one last step, which is the fresh cream. The fresh cream, very simple, is just to do like a meringue, like a chantilly. So get a bowl, 100 ml of fresh cream. Remember that you always need to use it cold. And you're just gonna beat it. To know if your fresh cream is ready, you just get a spoon, should fall down very slowly. And now it's been 10 minutes. I'm just gonna take our cocoa tweed. Let's have a look if it's ready. 10 minutes after, we have our tweed ready. Very carefully, when it's still hot, you're gonna get your spatula. Just pass through the bottom, just to take it from the silpa or for the baking paper. At the end, you're gonna have this nice, very thin chocolate, very crunchy. So we have everything ready, right? Zabayon cream, our fresh cream made, cocoa tweed, risotto. It's missing one ingredient, and that's the main one that we're gonna use now. It's the mascarpone. With our risotto ready, you're gonna take it from the heat, put it in a cold surface. Our risotto pretty much has no liquid inside anymore. For this amount of risotto, I'm gonna add 150 grams of mascarpone. And remember, always on top of a cold surface. And then just stir it. That's gonna be kind of our parmesan of the risotto. And it's also what's gonna give us this nice and creamy texture. And as a Michelin dessert, it has to be plated as one. So we put our risotto in the middle. This nice cream made with the zabayon and the fresh cream together. Bit of cocoa powder around. And if you liked the video, subscribe to my channel and try it at home. Because this is not just a tiramisu risotto, this is a piece of heaven.